There are 7 things that lower your stance in society, and you may not even be aware that you are doing them. You do these every day at work, in conversations in groups, at dinner parties and meetings, with friends and with strangers, thinking they are harmless. You may find some of them polite. You think some make you a good listener, a good colleague, a likable person. But each one sends the same signal to everyone watching. This person is not maintaining their stance. Machiavelli understood something about a concept that people never grasp. Status is not a title, it is not a position. It is not money or clothing or the place you sit at the table. Status is a signal of frequency, and you are either broadcasting your own signal or reflecting someone else's. Every second you spend in any public space transmits information about where you think you belong. These 7 behaviors transmit submission. Throughout your life, you have sent that signal in front of everyone, who has judged how you should be treated in every room. And you have never heard this frequency. After this video, you will hear it. You will feel it and know exactly how you will change. Because for every behavior I show you, I will also show you what to change it with. It is not theory, it is about who you really are. When you really stand, and the 7th behavior is the root. It is the source of power for the other 6 behaviors. It is the reason for every transformation on this list. But to understand what the 7th behavior really does to you, you need to see the first 6. Before we begin, you need to understand one thing. It is not about becoming stiff or robotic in society. It is about noticing the signals you don't know how to send. Once you see them, you cannot forget them. And when you stop sending them, people will treat you differently. Not because you demanded it, nor because you stopped telling them you didn't deserve it. This is how status really works. Most people think that status is something assigned to you by others, earned through achievements, job titles, or social proof. No. Status is something you assign yourself with your behaviors, and then other people agree with that assignment. If you carry yourself like someone at the top of the room, people will treat you like someone who is at the top. If you carried yourself as someone who is grateful to be included, people will treat you as someone lucky to be there. These 7 behaviors say you've placed yourself in a lower position in every room you enter, and the worst part is that you do this thinking it's polite. The first thing you do publicly that lowers your stance is perhaps in the last talk. In the last 10, you are nodding your head excessively while someone is speaking. Constant head nodding. Rhythmic up and down throughout the entire time someone addresses you. At some point, it was not for deserving approval, but an automatic shake, a continuous shake. At some point, it starts as a head nodding when they open their mouths, and it hasn't stopped since that day. You think this is active listening. You think you show you are interested, that you are present, that you are respectful. But in reality, you are broadcasting a real-time submission to everyone watching. You are physically performing an approval act without even processing what the person is saying. Your body is applauding, but your mind is still loading. And everyone in the room is reading that signal instantly. Things like attentiveness, a desire for approval. Think of the last conversation you had with someone you respect. Not only that, think of the times you felt the need to complete what you were saying. Did you nod your head at every sentence, every pause, every half sentence they offered? Now, think of a conversation with someone you don't respect. Was your head movement the same? Probably not, because nodding is not about approval. It is about hierarchy. You nod your head up, you don't move it, and everyone knows that. Watch what happens in the room when someone nods their head throughout a talk. The speaker does not register respect. They register obedience. They register someone who will agree with them before they finish their last thoughts. and they treat them accordingly. The weight is registered by someone who does not agree with the thought, because why would you gain respect for someone's opinion after having consent from someone before? Imagine someone speaking the same words in a conversation. If the crowd is talking to the same person, same words, same room, but their head is still, their posture is personally more stable. Their eyes are attentive, but there is no body or performance. They seem to be listening carefully, internalizing without rushing. And when they receive an approval and truly convey a point they deserve, that single approval hits like a judgment. The speaker feels this. The room feels this because it is a chosen moment, not automatic. That single, accurately given head nod conveys more respect than 50 head movements. The room reads this person as if their approval means something because it is not given for free. The same conversation, same room, a completely different status signal. The only difference is the stillness. Machiavelli wrote that a wise prince listens to advice, but keeps his own judgment to himself. What he understood is that automatic approval has no value. Approval that needs to be earned is authority. Someone who gives approval to everything was not approved in the room decisions. Someone who still has conveyed that their approval in the room is worth waiting for. The same room, the same silence. One is empty, the other is full. This is the first behavior. A silent applause. They did not hold applause. But the second behavior, you do with your body instead of your voice. It is so automatic that you don't even notice it as a choice. What? The second thing that lowers your status in society. And this takes from you every time you open your mouth. You fill every silence. You speak when no one asks you completely, inserting explanatory thing, adding if it means or I don't know. You are just throwing words in the air to place them somewhere when you feel a void. It can be dangerous. You smile to relieve the inner conflict when others don't make you feel needed. After the first expression, you don't speak because you think the silence suggests obedience. It didn't really need to be explained, yet you are explaining this. You convey to the room is a situation related to the space. You cannot remain empty. You feel safe with the noise. And you throw away every unnecessary word into the silence. Like this actually reduces the weight of the words that matter. Anything you say didn't turn around. In case you have any kind of fear and divert your reactions away from words. When you make a mistake, everything needs to be reconsidered. Ultimately, when you receive any feedback, the meaning of pausing is truly different. Re-establish your energy on your face later. Don't restart the same void with someone later. When that person asks, there are no pauses, and one could finish shortly because they didn't speak. And what happens when you stop letting go? A big point takes on a description like this, and zero. One effectively makes the same statement ahead of you. The moment you anticipate, talk about remaining an example of this. We can evaluate the situation for others. A T moves to prepare for speaking. If you are guessing, every word will turn inward, but during speaking time, people need to eagerly await work. Bring this kind of grant close to a decision first. As for who arrived, and see accurately what is happening in the room. Listen to this. Then clear your mind. Come into the atmosphere of the room. If you are ready to work, it simply gives instant warmth. You'll find what kind of abilities people have. Under bondage, which you have, the probabilities you mention are a mixed support. You didn't hear that you are limited to speak. Scope of connection between it is unresponsive. You don't feel very free. When it comes to the high tone, place within the limit and the room between sound and noise. You have your freedom with someone present. Exactly this later connect that these paths will exist. Let's unlock the truth about social signals you're sending.